Everybody is speaking out about this one. That is for sure. And I don't know what side you're on when it comes to this decision the Dodgers have to make by this weekend. But I'll tell you the side I'm on. And I'll get to that in a second. Hey, hit the subscribe button, man. We are growing faster than a weed out there. Subscribe, like, turn on notifications. All right, let's get down to the meat and potatoes. Hey, look, 3 starters for the Dodgers as far as pitching goes all have ERAs above 4.0. Is that a good thing when you got 5 starters and 3 of them? I mean, more than half your starting crew has got over 4.0. You got May, who's got an ERA of 4.08. Then you got Sasaki with a 4.72, and Knack a 4.61, who's pitching tonight. Well, who am I talking about coming back? The Kershaw, Clayton Kershaw, 3-time Cy Young Award winner, MVP. I mean, the guy has done it all. 18 years with the Dodgers, and he is coming back. And talked about it yesterday in the live show with Mike Nelson. Now, Mike Nelson isn't the hugest fan of Kershaw and thinks that maybe his playing days could be behind him. I'm one of those guys. I'm a nostalgic guy. I like Kershaw being on the team. I like his presence, and I like what he means being on that team. So much does he mean to that team. And you've got to agree with that no matter what. You have to agree that Kershaw means a lot to that team, right? Lefty is eligible to be activated. I mean, he's a lefty for one, so they're hard to come by. So a lefty is solid, and one who has that much experience, I'm gonna trust him. Yes, he's not been Kershaw of old, but you got 3 guys that have ERAs over 4.0. That's all I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That I'm saying. Lefty's eligible to be activated from the 60-day injured list next weekend. So this next weekend against the Angels, given both his Dodgers schedule, he should be lined up to start next Sunday against the lowly Angels at Dodger Stadium. How about that? Are you looking forward to that? Here's what he just did. The last outing wasn't his best. He struck out 2, allowed a pair of runs on 2 hits and 2 walks in what should be his final rehab start with AAA Oklahoma on Sunday. He threw 57 pitches. I think that's the most he has thrown across 4 innings. So slightly lighter workload than his previous start. Okay, so he threw more in his previous start than had been expected. So look, he's throwing somewhere around 57 to almost 70, you think, pitches. So at this point, once again, I don't want to have to bring up the 500-pound gorilla in the room, but we are the Dodgers, the Los Angeles Dodgers, okay? That is the team, and pitching is a little bit more important to them than any other teams, I feel. And maybe, I'm going out there on a limb, but Dodgers always expect to have solid pitching, right? And if you got 5 starters and you are in line to win the World Series again, and by the way, I've already predicted it. I predicted they would win last year. Brad Stradamus is predicting the Dodgers to win a World Series this year. How we get to that point is going to be up to the team and the management and everything else and the players on what they can do. But I predict, even though you see me being Chicken Little sometimes and being, caught up in an injury or what have you, I still predict the Dodgers to win the World Series. I'm just going to bring you the good news and the bad news, and you got to be able to take them both, okay? If you cannot take them both, it's going to be a rough one for you, okay? I like what he means for the team. Come on. You cannot deny the fact that dude, his presence alone means something. He's a left-hander. Look, if he's throwing high 3s as ERA, he's still better than 3 of the starters right now, okay? So with him, having another lefty, that is a good thing for the Dodgers. So you people that are saying, you people, did I just do that? So you people that are saying he doesn't need to be a Dodger and people that are starting in the year he needs to retire, where are you at now? I don't hear from you as much as I did back then, all right? But with Kershaw coming back, what does that mean for Knack? Knack's pitching tonight, so he could really, really do himself a big favor by doing something big tonight, making a case for himself, right? So if Knack stays up, do you go with a 6-man rotation? Because we saw what the five-man rotation did. 1 day less of rest for Sasaki, 1 day less of rest for Yamamoto. Both had rough outings their last go at it. So, I mean, talk to me on that one. I mean, I know it's one start for both of them, but on 5 days rest, they both struggled. When they had the 6 day rest, they were actually pitching better. So, do you go back to a 6-man rotation, giving him the extra day of rest? I mean, that's going to take a position player, take somebody else off, or it's going to take someone from the bullpen. However that is, but does Knack stay up? I think Knack, with a good game here tonight, could make a case for himself for sure. We'll get to that in a little bit. But you got the 3-time Cy Young winner, and look, let's look at. Have we even looked at his stats yet? I mean, look at the stats. Let's just take a look here. Look at what Clayton has done over the years. Okay. He's been a part of 432 games. Look at the win-loss, 212 to 94. Shut the front door, right? ERA 2.50. Out of that many, look at the innings pitched. 2,000, that's a workhorse, 742.2. But the number that I like to see so much is the 2,968 strikeouts that the Curse currently has, right? What is that? What is he away? 32 away from the 3,000 mark. Right? You got to get him in the season now because we want to see the 3,000 this year. Now, is that a long time for Kersh to be able to go? Like, let's say he is pitching Saturday or Sunday, and he pitches against the Angels. Think about it. That's still May. You know, you still got June, July, August to get through, and I would think that the Dodgers would probably elect to go back to the 6-man rotation on that just because it gives them a little bit more of a break, especially Kershaw, who you're going to want to go longer. But also with Kershaw means Barnes is going to be catching too. He hasn't been playing well, so you got to wonder what that means, all right? Next story, Freeman awarded Player of the Week. Well-deserved, Freeman, right? Freddie Freeman, what the heck has that guy been eating for breakfast? Because he has been absolutely crushing it. He got his 900th career extra base hit on Sunday, then added 901, 902 in the same game. What did he go, 4 for 4? He was talking to Bill Plunkett of Orange County Register about another milestone, which is his 3,000 hits. 3,000. Now, you want him to do that as a Dodger. But look, he's pretty far away right now. He is, 692 or something like that? Or I don't know. I can't do the math right now. But look, he enters the game. He enters with 2,308. You definitely want to see him notch that 3,000 hit as a Dodger, no matter what. Here's what Freddie says. Obviously, it's not set in stone. I have 2 years left on this contract. He said, then I would like to play 2 more years. I would turn 40 in September of 2029. So he's thought this through. He's thought this through a lot. So including this year, if I were to do 150 hits for all 5 years, just an average, you'd reach it, obviously. Father Time, you never know when that's going to hit. I'm trying to keep it away as long as I can. If I can have a decent years this year and the next couple years, it's an easier reach. And it's an easier reach for him. You got to get what he's saying right there. But come on, can you imagine? He means so much to the Dodgers now. There is absolutely no way. If that dude is going to play 4 more years, you've got him locked in for 2 more. You better lock him in maybe with 2 one-year deals or whatever because Freeman means so much to the team. The Grand Slam home run, obviously that's going to go down in history when the Dodgers win the World Series on that one. So, and who knows what does he do in this next 2 years? So, Freddie needs to hit 3,000 hits as a Dodger, and you'd be crazy. You'd be crazy to say not to have him do that. All right. What's the matchup? It's the Knack attack back on the mound tonight. Landon Knack going at it. As doing the video, Athletics had to name their starter. They're trying to be sneaky, I guess, but they're saying pitching problems with Jeffrey Springs with a 4.81 ERA, 1.42 whip, 32 strikeouts. He's going against the Knackster, 2-0 on the win column, 4.61 on the ERA side of things, a 1.46 whip, so pretty much the same there. But 12 strikeouts is what he has on that. So that's what's going on. And if you're landing Knack tonight, message to the Knackster here, buddy. This is your chance to make a case for you to stay up with the big boys. Because this is it right here. You got Kersh coming back on the weekend. You don't know what the Dodgers are going to do. But if you make a case for yourself, you come out and pitch lights out, it'll make it that much tougher for the Dodgers to send you back down to OKC. So that's my message to the Knackster. Chance to prove it. And you got to beat the teams you're supposed to beat. And definitely Dodgers need to beat Athletics. The Sacramento Athletics. I'm sorry. I just couldn't resist. Hey, that's going to do it for the show. Brad J, Dodgers Digest. Thanks for tuning in. Subscribe, like, turn on notifications. I got to go. I'll see you. Always remember, though, as you go through the day, think Dodger Blue. Let's go, Dodgers.